This is a Dragon Blazer production. Help me. I'm being held hostage in a basement. And I'm being forced to do these podcasts with my father who needs a breath mint. Hey! Of movies of too much sentiment. And I'm hosting Juvenile Jurisdictions of Judgment.
Aw, this sucks.
Elliot Richards needs a life.
You're the man, Elliot. It's all about first impression. Go over there and say hello.
But most of all, he wants Allison.
Hi.
Hi. Do I know you?
Oh, I sure hope so. We've only been working together for the last 4 years.
I don't think I've ever seen you before.
You know, I'm here with some friends, and I was wondering if maybe you wanted to...
Elliot has never had any of his dreams come true.
I would give anything to have that girl in my life.
Until now.
Hello. You're very glib. I bet you're a whiz with the ladies.
Well...
Let's go someplace quiet so we can talk.
Okay.
What if I told you that I have the power to give you anything and everything you've always dreamed of?
Who are you?
Promise not to tell anyone? I'm the devil.
Yeah, right.
I am the devil, Satan, Lucifer, the Prince of Darkness. Well, the Princess of Darkness, anyway.
Why don't we take a look at the contract?
I, the devil, with offices in Purgatory, Hell, and Los Angeles, will give you 7 wishes for one piddling little soul.
Is this real?
It could be. Sign it, Elliot.
Okay. I wish that I were married to Allison and that I were very, very rich and very powerful.
You got it.
Muy buenos días, señor. ¿Le apetece algo de comer?
Como dices, no habla español. Un momento. Realmente estoy hablando español.
Hola, mucho gusto.
No, gracias. Soy alérgico a los crustáceos.
Elliot may have 7 wishes.
You turned me into a drug dealer.
What's the big deal?
You asked for rich and powerful.
But she's not going to give him
Back so soon?
a chance in hell. Bedazzled.
Nobody gets it totally right away. That's why you get 7 wishes.
Besides, do I look like somebody who tried to trick you?
Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of Juvenile Jurisdiction of Judgment, a kids movie review podcast. This week's episode, we watched the Harold Ramis film, Bedazzled, starring Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley. Bedazzled is a remake of a 1967 movie of the same name, starring Peter Cook. It's about a lonely dork named Elliot, played by Brendan Fraser, meeting the devil, played by Elizabeth Hurley, and she offers him 7 wishes for his soul. The wishes hilariously all go wrong, and he uses his last wish to wish the girl of his dreams a happy life, which nullifies the deal for being a selfless act. And then he meets someone that looks exactly like the girl he likes, but is kind of a dork like him. And they live happily ever after. Alright, and this show means absolutely nothing without my lovely, lovely co-host, Raina and Xavier. Let's start with Raina. Hi, Raina. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, we just got done watching Bedazzled, a movie from 2000, so this one is not nearly as old as our first movie, Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Bedazzled?
I like it a lot. When I first heard of it, when I first saw the trailer, I thought I'd be very interested, and I was right, because the trailer was hilarious. It was just this woman who is the devil, and she basically kind of tricks him into getting 7 wishes, but she gets a soul. And it's just funny all around. There's a bunch of funny parts, and I really liked it.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a movie I enjoyed when I was younger, too. So let's start off. Was there any technology you saw that you don't really remember seeing in your normal life?
This one I can't remember. I don't think so.
This one is a little newer.
Yeah.
What about the pager?
Oh yeah, I heard of the pager. I've heard of pagers before, but I don't think I've actually seen one except for in that movie.
Well, that one also was a magical pager that calls the devil, but pagers are real. I don't even know if they look quite like that. It looked pretty fake. I've never had a pager, so I'm not sure.
I'm guessing it's just a thing that helps you contact people in, like, urgent situations.
Yeah, it was... never had one, so... I believe you just called it, and it was kind of like almost a message or a voicemail without the actual voicemail.
Yeah.
So they just knew that they needed to call someone.
Oh.
I'm not an expert on pagers. I never used them, so...
Okay.
Good. Alright. On to the next co-host, Xavier, who... Hello. My 16-year-old son. So, Xavier, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Wonderful. That's good. I like wonderful.
Wonderful is a wonderful word.
Sure is. Anyways, so we watched Bedazzled.
That is the movie we watched.
Yes, it is. And what did you think of Bedazzled?
Well, you see, it's a good question. I liked it. There's a lot of cool little background stuff, like while it's trying to be entertaining, there's still some interesting Christianity stuff like that in it.
We are dealing with the devil and God. Well, God is implied, but not officially.
Yeah, we don't know if that mysterious black guy is either God or Jesus or just an angel. I want to believe he's Jesus. I don't know.
Alright. But you liked it?
I did like it. It was a very good movie.
Alright. So,
unlike Drop Dead Fred, it's not one of those movies that are hard to watch. It's a good movie.
Alright. I thought you liked Drop Dead Fred.
I did like Drop Dead Fred. There's a few parts I just couldn't really look at and then enjoy, but I liked Drop Dead Fred. It was a wonderful movie. There are parts that I didn't like.
Okay. So, was there any kind of technology you saw that was different and something you've never really been exposed to?
Oh dear God, that joke was funnier than expected. Technology. I wasn't really paying much attention to that.
Or anything, like phrases that you didn't recognize, anything like that.
I don't know. You still have strip clubs, right? Because I think they had a strip club in that movie. Like a huge one. That was
a club, not a strip club.
It looks like a strip club. There's like... There's hot tubs. There's hot tubs. People are naked in those.
Traditionally, there are no hot tubs in strip clubs.
Well, I've never been to one, so I
That's very good. I'm very happy to hear that. It was a club. It was like a downtown club where people go to dance and do probably crazy things. I don't really go to clubs myself, but yes, it was like a club. Made by the devil, so of course debauchery was happening. Raina said pager. She's never really seen pagers, and really, I've never really had one either, so. Alright.
It's a lot of it.
What was your favorite scene in the movie?
What was my favorite scene? Oh my. That's a hard one because it's mixed between the one where the part where he becomes a fashionably and sexy gay journalist and
writer. Actually, he was a writer.
I'd never know the difference. So that and the part where he's a Spanish guy who's married to
he's a Colombian drug lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, the scene where he's a writer and he turns out to be gay, I thought that was really, really funny. There also the basketball, him being a basketball.
Oh, yeah.
I want to give 110%. You want to play good. You need to play good. I think you play pretty good right now. I enjoy it. I
like that part. I forgot all about it somehow.
Yeah, that one's pretty funny, and then it turns out he has a small winky.
Yeah.
So that was really, really funny. I think that basketball scene might have been my favorite one. That was my favorite wish. Damn the devil! Yeah, that was. I think that was probably my favorite scene is when he was wished to be a basketball player. What was your least favorite scene of the movie? Unless there's something else that you didn't like, I'm guessing these are probably going to be the different wishes he does.
That's a hard one because it's not very many. It's not very many bad parts that I liked. It's hard to look for a bad thing in this movie because sure, devil can kind of be hard to watch for some people, especially Christian, because devil's all horny crap like that. I say the part of hell at the end, I guess. Like what he's in hell, not like
when she
what
becomes really big,
like with Satan and like kind of like that. Yeah,
I would probably say the same. Because I enjoyed all of his wishes; they all got crazy. And it's mostly, and really I didn't have a huge problem with that scene other than you can tell it's dated and bad CGI and everything.
I don't care about the CGI. It was just a little weird.
The devil taking him to hell was weird. The theatrics, as she puts it.
The scene is lower than everything else. It's not that I didn't like the scene completely, even though that's kind of what I just said.
Well, we're looking for your least favorite. It doesn't. If you like the whole movie, then your least favorite's just
a good part that's not as good as the others. Yes,
exactly. All right. Well, let us get your sister in here. Welcome back, Raina. So, same question I just gave your brother. What was your favorite scene in Bedazzled?
I think it was when he was the articulate, charming guy, and he was in the room with Allison, and he found out the devil had made him gay, and he was like trying to prove it wrong, but he's like, I'm not gay, and then his boyfriend, I guess, told him, gave him a bit of challenges to see if he was actually gay.
Who was the cast of that Broadway show?
Yeah, and he's like, oh no, I am gay. And he's like, wait, let me kiss you. And then he kisses her. He's like, all right, it's nice meeting you. It's nice meeting you. I'm
gay. Yeah.
That was my favorite part because it was hilarious.
That was Xavier's favorite part too.
Yeah.
My favorite part was the basketball scene. And that was a really good scene too, though. I liked all the wishes.
Yeah.
The sensitive one was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
Kept crying at the sunset. The stupid sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a funny scene as well. What was your least favorite scene?
I'm not sure. There was like a lot of good parts.
Nobody was as sexist this time, so it was a little harder to think of a least favorite, huh?
Yeah, I don't think there was a least favorite part. I enjoyed all of it, basically. It's a really good movie.
Bit of a cop-out, but okay. I'm glad you really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of any parts that I don't like.
So who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is definitely Elliot.
Elliot was your favorite character?
Yeah, I liked Elliot.
My favorite character was the devil. I thought Elizabeth Hurley played her very fun, entertaining.
I liked her too, but Elliot's my favorite because he was in all those wishes, and even though the devil's the one that messed him up, he made them kind of even funnier.
Alright, so we didn't do this last time, but I think we're going to do this time. Since it's so easy to just say the favorite character is the main character,
yeah,
I'd like you to tell me what was your favorite background character, side character. Someone who's not Elliot or the devil. I guess Allison maybe could be put in that too. She's more of a side character. In fact, this movie's about how much Elliot is into her, but he's not really in love with her. He's infatuated by her. He's never met her. He doesn't really know her. He just finds her attractive.
Which is why when he met the girl that looked exactly like her, he was amazed because he already got to know her in 2 minutes, and she looked exactly like her.
Right.
So
he just liked the way she looked. He wasn't attracted to her. He didn't know her.
Yeah, he was attracted to her, but then when he met the other girl, he liked her better because her personality seemed more like his type.
So who is your favorite side character?
Does the Allison twin count?
You know what? I think we will accept Allison. She's not really the main character, so if you want Allison's twin, well that can count as the favorite side.
She wasn't actually her twin, but she looked exactly like it, so she's like a doppelganger. She was my favorite, just because at the end, it was kind of silly, but really nice.
My favorite, I think, was... Okay, so there was the 3 guys that kept showing up as different versions of themselves.
Yeah.
The guy who... because I don't remember his name. The actor, I do know. The actor played in Prison Break, the TV show.
Yeah.
But the guy... the best way I could describe it is he's the guy who, during the sensitive scene...
Yeah.
He's the one that's the jerk.
Oh, yeah, the one that kicks the sand.
Yeah, he's kicking the sand in his face, and when she says, I just want a guy who's going to take advantage of me, who just wants to get in my pants for sex, and he's just like, that'd be me. Yeah. He was probably my favorite side character. He was pretty entertaining in most of the different scenes. The other guy, I don't remember none of the friends' name.
I know one of their names is Bob because it's the end. He's making fun of Elliot. Yep. He's like, Elliot, do you want to go to the bar or something?
He was making fun of he was mocking Elliot. Yeah.
And he was like, nice talking to you, Bob.
He's the other white dude. I like the black dude better, but I can't remember the character's name.
Yeah.
He was pretty funny, especially in the basketball scene. I liked him when he was a sportscaster. He was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I don't think he was 12 feet tall at all.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite though. So who is your least favorite character?
Actually, maybe It might be one of the, I think probably Carol. I think her name was Carol. She was...
Is that the female friend that was with that group?
She was the girl, the female friend in the group with Elliot. She was kind of, I mean, in the beginning when when Elliot was like, I don't know about you, Carol, but we all start working at 9, and she's like, she looks at him like she does not care, and then she flips him off. That's a funny part that she does, but other than that,
she's really not much into the movie, is she?
She's just, I don't dislike her, she's just my least favorite.
I understand that. Mm-hmm. I think I would agree. I think she would be my least favorite, because I'm sure she was in each version. Like, every one of his wishes, I'm sure she was up there too, but I didn't recognize her at all. She did not stand out as any of the extra characters.
Yeah, I didn't see her.
But the other 3, they were really funny, so I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get Xavier and ask him the same questions. So, first things first, I did a check on the name of those friends. First off, Dan was played by Orlando Jones, which I actually do know, and I actually really liked him when I was younger. I forgot all about him. Paul Edelstein played Bob, and Toby Huss played Jerry, and then Miriam Shore played Carol. Those are the 4 friends. Well, friends is a term I would use very loosely because they were all kind of jerks to Elliot. But, alright, so the question we were going to ask you is, who was your favorite character in this movie?
Who is my favorite character? As a stretch, I'm going to have to say the Devil.
Devil was my favorite character as well.
Still supposed to be like this almighty hatred and stuff like that. But like she was not just hatred. She was just some weird, this weird sex woman who just wants to screw with people, both literally and figuratively.
See, that's one of the things that made her my favorite character. Like, I loved how in between each wish, she's just doing, like, she's not doing, like, pure evil stuff. She's just doing, like, prankster stuff. Like, changing the lights to make them all green at the same time. I guess that's really bad, trying to get a crashes going on. Changing people's medication to placebos. Like, she was just doing, like, pretending to be a teacher and, like, giving everyone no homework and everything. And
being a bad influence.
Yeah, she was just like a bad influence. She was just kind of a kind of violent prankster. I enjoyed those scenes in between the wishes. Alright, so we're starting this week. We're going to start asking, who is your favorite side character that wasn't one of the 2 main leads? So your main 2 leads is Elliot and the Devil.
Right.
So who is your favorite side character?
Okay. We don't really get a whole lot of information on a lot of the side characters, but
well, you can just judge them by the scenes they were in.
Right.
You don't really need to know much about them.
I would say Allison, but even if she's in a lot more scenes than everybody else, except for, of course, the 2 main characters, her personality changes. We don't even really know her personality all that much.
And neither did Elliot. But me and Raina was just talking about that. Elliot didn't really know her. He was just infatuated by her. He just thought she was pretty much. He just had a crush. He didn't really know much about her, just had a crush on her. So we don't know what her real personality... She actually seemed, at the end there, that like she might be a sweet woman.
Or she probably was like that because, I don't know, she had a happy life now.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Maybe her personality was different before that. maybe.
But she was your favorite side character?
No, she wasn't. My favorite side character was probably the Jesus guy. He seemed pretty nice. Oh.
The guy we're not sure whether he's Jesus or God or...
I'm just going to call him Jesus.
He's Jesus. I think it's more likely he's... Well... I'm not sure. Because, I mean, he's playing chess with the devil, so it's obvious that they were trying to imply he was someone from heaven.
That was close with the devil?
That was close with the devil. I mean, God seems more likely to me, but we'll say Jesus. So Jesus was your favorite side character. I was telling Raina my favorite was not Bob, the other guy. Bob. Yeah, no, that was Bob. The other guy's name was Jerry. I'm sorry. So Bob. My favorite character was Bob, and he's the one that was kicking sand in Elliot's face during the sensitive scene.
Yeah.
So he was my favorite side character. I like the actor. I know of him, and he was funny. Orlando Bloom was really funny too, so I liked him as well. Who was your least favorite character?
My least favorite character, okay. Well, I think I've already explained this, but probably gonna have to say Allison.
Allison's your least favorite?
Like, she's put in so many scenes, but we know nothing about her.
Right? You're right. You're absolutely right. Alright, so now we are going to do a section of the show where, so I've looked up some interesting trivia off of IMDb. The first one I'm looking at was interesting was, the devil mentions that on November 16th she'll have been doing her job for 6,000 years. This is a reference to Archbishop James Ussher, who in the 17th century calculated that the birth of the world was on Sunday, the 23rd, October 4004 BC. According to his calculations, Adam and Eve were thrown out of paradise on Monday, the 10th of November.
Some more Bible facts. Interesting.
The math homework that the devil erases from the blackboard when she is the school teacher is Fermat's last theorem. It was an extremely difficult mathematical problem that was only proved conclusively in the early 1990s, after 400 years of it stumping the most brilliant mathematical minds in the world. In fact, the theorem states that this equation does not have any solutions. Fermat originally described it in a margin too small to contain his alleged proof. Andrew Wiles did prove it using elliptic curves, a fairly modern mathematical technique. And we've been talking a lot about how we believed that the guy in his cell was God. According to this, however, there is a common misconception that Elliot's cellmate is supposed to be God, although the end credits leave his identity ambiguous and the audience is allowed to theorize. The DVD commentary by the director reveals that he is an angel sent by God to help Elliot reflect on his predicament.
So, Raina was right, or were you the one who mentioned that?
Well, I suggested it could be one of three: God, Jesus, or an angel. So, I didn't correctly predict it, but I did point out that that is one of the options.
So, you were 33% right. Cool.
Yes, 33% right. Alright, so our last segment that we are going to have of the show is letter grades. So, Raina.
Yes.
When it comes to this movie, Bedazzled, what letter grade are you putting on your report card?
I would give this one an A. I like Drop Dead Fred a lot, but I gave it a B+ because there were some parts that just didn't appeal to me. But this one, I can't really think of any parts that I didn't like or that I overall just hated. It was a really good movie, and it was also a really good design movie, I think. So I'm giving it an A.
All right. So an A, not an A minus, not an A plus, just an A.
Yep, just an A.
Okay.
Just an average.
Well, me personally, I think I would give this movie I'm going to say a B. I thought it was a really good movie. It's a lot of fun. It's not one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was entertaining. I like the actors. I like Brendan Fraser. I like Elizabeth Hurley, Orlando Bloom. I liked a lot of the stuff in the movie, and it's just funny. It's pretty funny. So,
I agree.
all right, how about you, Xavier? What letter grade are you putting on your report card for Bedazzled?
How formal. Such formality. I'd say I'd give it an A. I want to give it an A plus, but it's not perfect. Like give A plus to a super amazing and funny movie, but it's not perfect. It's got its moments. I don't really look for the bad stuff, but again, it's not perfect. So I'll give it an A.
Alright. Anything else you want to say about Bedazzled?
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Great-tastic.
Great-tastic.
If it's not a word, it is now. You shut up. Oh, you shut up. Faces.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's a word. Great-tastic. Throw that in the Urban Dictionary. Alright. Well, that is all we have for this show. So, Xavier, tell everyone goodbye.
Sayonara.
Alright, Raina, tell all the listeners that we have none yet. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Alright. So long, everyone. We look forward to having you listen to our next episode, which will be on I Have No Idea. Goodbye, everybody.
Hey, everyone. I'm Steven from many different podcasts like Drunk Like Me, Pro Wrestling Apologist, The Rage and Blaze Show, and of course, That Got Dark. So, please like and subscribe